Hey everyone, welcome back to Simple Happy Zen. Today is going to be a declutter with me video. It's going to be a fun and chatty video where I kind of talk you through the process of decluttering in my house. So if you're excited, please give it a thumbs up and let's dive in. Yeah, so I usually have 2 decluttering rounds each year. And this is because I've decluttered my home a lot of times before. So I feel like it's kind of at a level where I only have to maintain it, if you will. But even when you're living a minimalist lifestyle or trying not to accumulate too much stuff, you're kind of surprised at every once in a while you still have some stuff you want to get rid of. So I usually do this 2 times a year, as I said, at the end of summer and then again at the end of winter. And I feel like those are really great times to declutter because you can really ask yourself, have I used it this summer? And if not, then probably you're not going to use it next summer anymore either, so it's okay to let it go. And then the same with the winter stuff at the end of winter. So these are usually my go-to times for decluttering, as you will. First up, I usually just go to my wardrobe and grab everything from there that I have not used in the last season. So in this particular time, I went over my summer clothes, I looked at them, and I just grabbed everything I could find that I have not worn this summer. Because I think that if you haven't worn it in the last summer, you're probably not going to wear it next summer either. And there's probably a reason for it, why you haven't chosen it. Maybe it's not your style anymore, maybe it doesn't fit you anymore, maybe it's just like worn out. So there's probably a reason for it, and usually I just get rid of these items without thinking too much about them. So alright, let's start with the clothes. I have 2 dresses here that I'm not wearing anymore. First is a leopard dress. It's not really like skin tight or anything, but it's kind of a cutesy skater dress type model that I used to wear with a jacket on top. And then I have this also kind of cutesy dress that I'm not wearing anymore. Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's not really my style anymore, I guess, that happens sometimes. And both of these dresses I have in my closet for, I'd say, probably like 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer. And I've worn them a lot over the last couple years, but this summer I have not been wearing them. So obviously they're not really my style anymore. And that happens. And since I got a lot of use out of them, I don't really feel bad about letting them go. So these will end up getting donated, as well as this top that I used to wear with a jacket on top that I have not been wearing in the summer. And I also don't really wear jackets on top of things anymore because I run quite hot in the summertime, and I usually just like to have on something that is very airy and breezy and that I can move around in, and jackets don't really fit that bill anymore for me. So I think that's maybe why I haven't been wearing these tops or these dresses, because I don't really wear them as they are. I usually wear them with a jacket on top. So since that's not really my thing anymore, I'm not wearing these. Same goes for this top, also like a cutesy top that I'm not wearing anymore. Same reason. And then I have this, it's kind of like a jeans jacket, but it's not really a jacket. It's kind of flimsy, like a shirt. And I actually have a jeans jacket that I do wear a lot. I really like it. And so because of that one, I'm not really wearing this one anymore. And the only times when I was actually wearing this jeans shirt, I guess, is on top of one of these dresses. So since I'm getting rid of the dress, not really any use for this guy anymore. So that's gonna end up donated too. And then lastly, for my closet, I have these, what do you call them, shorts? They're really cute, but they are big. They're way too big for me now. I bought these actually not that long ago at the start of summer because I wanted to have a new set of shorts because I like wearing shorts in the summer. And I was having one of those days where, I don't know if you ever have that, but I kind of felt like I was bigger than I was. So I kind of bought them one size too big at that point. And but they still went fine. But then I went ahead and lost a couple pounds since the start of summer. So now they've gotten too big for me, to the point where if I'm walking somewhere and I'm wearing the shorts, they will just, fall from my butt. Basically, I can just take them off without opening the button anymore. So, that's just too much. They don't fit me anymore. And next summer, I am going to look for a new pair of shorts that I am going to be more careful about choosing a pair that fits me well. So next up, after checking out my wardrobe, I always check out my shoes. And I usually start with my wardrobe decluttering because it is the most difficult for me. So I start with the most difficult task and then I move through the rest of my house. So I usually start there. And then I move on to my shoes, which is the second most difficult thing for me. But I am the type of person who would wear something or use an item until it is completely worn out. I'm usually pretty careful with my stuff. So I have so many things here that I already have for a really, really, really long time. But even then, sometimes things just get worn out. And that is what happened with these shoes. So these are my, I guess maybe favorite sneakers. I don't know about that, but I really love these sneakers and I usually wear them with dresses. And these sneakers have been with me so long. I don't even remember how many years, but I have had these sneakers before I moved into this apartment. So at least 6 years, and I've worn them every summer. And I wore them this summer again, and then, I noticed they were getting really, really old. And one day it was raining, because it rains a lot here in the Netherlands. And it was raining and I was walking across the street and I noticed all kinds of places where water would enter my shoes. So I inspected them and, there's holes in these soles at the bottom and at the sides, and they start to look kind of raggedy, so that's not good. So it is time for me to let these shoes go. As much as it pains my heart, no, just kidding. They're just shoes, but they were one of my favorite pairs, so but yeah, it's time to let them go. So after checking out my wardrobe and my shoes, I went ahead and looked at my purses and underwear and socks and all that stuff. And I didn't really find anything in there that I could let go of. It's kind of decluttered already. I only have 2 purses, for example, one that I wear every day and one that I take with me when I'm going away for the weekend or something. So I didn't really find anything in there that I could let go of. So that was really easy, didn't take too much time. And then I went over to my bathroom, I don't know what you call that, maybe bathroom pantry or something, like things you have in stock for personal hygiene and stuff. And I found this body scrub in there that I have not been using. I bought this maybe 6 months ago or something. So this one was a 2-for-1 sale. So I bought one and I got this one for free. It is still, I think it's still sealed. Yeah, it's still sealed, so it's completely new. And I bought this one because this is just a genuine regular drugstore brand. So I usually really like the products from this brand. It's called Ethos. If you're a Dutchie like me, you know what I'm talking about. There's Ethos stores everywhere here. And I love their products because they're affordable, they don't test on animals and stuff, and they usually have a really nice scent to them. So I usually go for these kinds of body scrub, body lotion type things. Anyway, so I bought this one and it was new. I hadn't really smelled the perfume yet, but I kind of trusted it, so I bought it and I started using it, but it just wasn't for me. I didn't like the perfume in it. It was not bad or anything. It's like, what do you call it? A lavender patchouli, but it's too much for me. So the first one, I actually used it a couple times to try to make myself get used to it somehow, but it just didn't really work out. So this one I have not used at all. And I actually have a friend who I think they might like this one. So I'm gonna ask her if she would like to have it and then give it to her. It's still sealed, so it's, nice gift. So after checking these things, I usually check all the storage spaces in my home to see if there's anything in there that I have not been using or that I don't really like anymore or doesn't fit my current, vibes anymore. And that's when I found this book. I still have a few books on paperback, not a lot, from before when I didn't have my e-reader yet. And this book is called Qigong for Beginners. I bought this on a trip to England really long time ago, maybe 8 or 9 years ago. And it's called Master the Flow of Qi for good health, stress reduction, and increased energy. So even in that time, I was interested in these things. I actually read this book at that time, but the problem with it, or not necessarily a problem, but the issue with it is that this book teaches you Qigong, which is kind of like Tai Chi, but a little bit different. And at that time, I was already practicing Tai Chi, so I was really interested in it, but it takes a lot of practice. It's really a book that makes you practice a lot and has all kinds of things that you have to do throughout your day in order to, teach yourself this stuff. And I have so much going on in that department already at this moment. I am, studying yoga, I am practicing piano, I am learning Japanese. I have this channel that I work really hard for, so I have a lot of things going on that I don't feel like I can add this to it at this time or anywhere in the near future. Too many projects is never a good thing. So I decided to let go of this item because I've been holding on to it in case I ever want to learn Qigong. And I've learned that keeping in case items is really a shame because you're probably not going to use them. If you were, you would probably already have used them. And reading the book Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki made me really ask myself the question when decluttering, is this something that I need now? Is it something that I want to use now? And if the answer is no, then it has to be a really good reason for me to hold on to it. So that's what happened with this one. I actually know of a person who would be interested in that stuff. So I'm gonna ask him if he would like to read this book. And I think I can probably make them really happy with this one. So next up is an item that I found in this cupboard right behind me. And it is this guy, this wine glass. I have 8 wine glasses at this point, and I usually only have 4 of each type of glass. I have 4 because I like it when a friend comes over or a couple friend, and it's just the 4 of us that we can share the same types of glasses. So I usually have 4, but wine glasses I have 8, and the reason for that is that when we moved in here, I wanted to do things kind of properly, I guess. So I was concerned about serving wine in the wrong type of glass, so I got white wine glasses and red wine glasses. And at this moment, I can't even remember if this was the white wine or the red wine glass, to be honest. It's really pretty. It may even be crystal, I don't know. Maybe it's just glass, but it makes a pretty sound. And I'm not really concerned about these things anymore. If someone comes here and I've served them wine in the wrong type of glass, I doubt they would care. I don't care about that either. So why would I hold on to 8 wine glasses taking up a lot of space? So I'm gonna get rid of half of them. I have 4 of these, and 4 are a little bit different looking. I like them a little bit better, so I'm gonna keep them. And I'm gonna get rid of these. And I have a friend that she said that she liked these glasses, so maybe I'll ask her if she would want them. And otherwise, I'll just give them to Goodwill and donate them. All right, last but certainly not least, this item was very difficult for me to let go of, but I feel like I'm finally ready to do it. It's something that I bought when I was 18 years old, so it was 12 years ago. I've kept holding on to this item for all those years, never having used it. I don't think I've ever used it, for the purpose that it was meant to be used. And I kept it around for sentimental reasons. So when I was 18 years old, me and my boyfriend, we were already together then, we're still together now. We went to Japan for the first time, and at that time I was kind of obsessed with the whole memoirs of a geisha type scene, and I was really impressed by everything that I saw in Japan, and I was kind of into the whole geisha thing. So when I was there, I wanted to buy a kimono because kimonos fascinate the crap out of me. I think they're so beautiful, and I just wanted to have one, so I bought a kimono there. It is not a real kimono. I bought it in a kind of souvenir touristy shop. It was quite cheap, and it came with a sash too. I'm going to show it real quick. I still think it's kind of beautiful. It has all these colors. It's black and white with all kinds of flowers on there. And it's kind of shiny. I don't really know if that's supposed to be shiny, but I guess it's just because it was really cheap. It's not an actual kimono type thing. But it came with a sash too, with like an obi. Oh, it's so cute. I still love it. That you have to tie around your waist, and then it has this, I don't know how I can show you, but it has this kind of knot at your back. So I've kept holding on to this item because I thought it would be really cool if I went to like a costume party or something like that. I could go as a geisha and wear my kimono. That never happened. I never got to a costume party. I actually don't really like parties that much anyway. And at this point, you know, when I was 18, I was quite skinny, a lot skinnier than I am now. And I probably don't even fit this kimono anymore, but I kept it, you know, in a box in my closet for a long time. I feel like I'm finally ready to let go of it now. I have good memories from it. I was really happy with it. I'm going to use the picture tip as well. So I'm going to make a picture of it so I can remember it always. And but it's just time for me to let it go and say goodbye. I think it's funny how we attach certain memories and sentimental value to items. This is a very cheap touristy kimono type thing, but it meant a lot to me at that time. So it's kind of weird that way. But you know, it's just sitting there in my closet in that box, unused. It's kind of a shame that way too. So I feel like it's kind of time for me to let go of it, say goodbye to it. I'm gonna take a picture of it and save it that way in my memory. I actually have a picture of me wearing it when I was 18. I'm not gonna show you because it's way too embarrassing. But you know, I'll have that picture, I'll take another, and that will be it. And I will be ready finally to say goodbye to this item. Alright, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope it got you maybe in the mood to declutter some of your own stuff. If so, happy decluttering, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.